once again, dear student. I welcome you to today's lesson, whereby we are looking at the Unit 13 now. We are on Unit 13 on Bible Knowledge in Standard 6. Today, we are looking at gender issues in the school. Gender issues in the school. So, just as we started last time looking at the gender issues in the family, today we'll be looking at the gender issues in the school. Now, to begin with, let us look at the gender roles at school. Gender roles at school. Remember, by gender roles, it has to come to your mind. Remember the previous lesson where we defined what gender roles are. The things or activities or the work or the job that is only defined as for males and also for females. What about in schools? What are the things that are defined as for boys and for girls only? So it is important for teachers and learners to observe and practice gender equality and gender equity at school. So gender equality and gender equity, they are all important for teachers and learners. Now, we have just mentioned of gender equality and gender equity. What are they? Let's start with looking at gender equity. So gender equity means giving fair treatment to both females and males. Gender equity means giving fair treatment to both females and males. So when you go back there, we have said that it is important for both learners and teachers to practice gender equity and gender equality. So it is important for both teachers and learners to practice gender equity. What is it? It is important for teachers to give fair treatment to both males and females, which means it is important for teachers and learners to be to practice equity, to be fair to both girls and boys in school. So it is fair as well for not only teachers but also for learners to be fair to each other. When you are a boy, you treat girls fairly. When you are a girl, you treat boys fairly. So that is gender equity. What about gender equality? What is it, gender equality? So when we talk of gender equality, it is, this occurs when there is an equal treatment of males and females. Gender inequality. Gender inequality. It occurs when there is an equal treatment of males and females. So sometimes there is that unequal treatment for girls as well as for boys. So that one is what is known as gender inequality. Gender inequality, where there is no fairness, there is no fair or unequal treatment between boys and girls. So it occurs when men or women, girls or boys are not given equal opportunities to do particular tasks just because of their sex. So we are saying gender inequality occurs when men and women or boys and girls are not given equal opportunities to do particular tasks just because of their sex. So we see to it that gender inequality usually is practiced when sometimes they are not given equal opportunities, like boys are not given equal opportunities as girls, just because maybe girls because of their sex, or they are regarded to say, girls are weak, they cannot carry this heavy thing. Boys, come here, carry this. No, girls have to do that, boys have to do that. So when there is an equal, they are not given equal opportunities, that one is called gender inequality. So concern over gender imbalances in access to education arises from the fact that most Malawian schools, boys are favored more than girls. So gender inequality sometimes, or basically in our country like Malawi, it comes up when boys are more favored to do particular things. Hey, boys, come here, do this. Boys, come here, do this. Then girls, they are just let like that. So with that, then there is a gender imbalance. There is a gender inequality. So gender inequality is when there are no equal opportunities given to both boys and girls. So there is gender imbalance. So that imbalances, they happen in Malawi usually because boys are more favored, or maybe they are regarded as upper than girls. Because of that, then there is gender imbalance. For example, the way activities are planned and conducted, it encourages gender biases. So we are saying that, like in schools, the way the activities are planned, say, no, football is only for boys, girls for netball. Things like those, you find that there is gender imbalance. It is regarded that, oh, girls cannot do this. This one is only for boys. But that one, it arises the issues of gender imbalance. So in co-education schools, girls are usually allocated more traditional chores like sweeping, mopping classrooms, and toilets, where boys are given other tasks or lighter tasks like monitoring or litter picking or supervising girls like that. So sometimes in schools, where we are, the co-education is where the schools that have got boys and girls, that one is called co-education. There are boys and girls, that is a co-education. So in those schools, you find that boys are given lighter jobs, and sometimes girls are given jobs that are regarded as for females. Mop the classrooms, girls. Go and mop the toilets, while the boys pick up some litters outside. So all those things, they result to gender inequality or gender imbalance. So that one again, it results to gender inequality or gender imbalance. So this gender bias reinforces the feeling that girls are inferior to boys. So when there is a difference, when there is a difference in the jobs that are given to boys and girls, you find that it results to say, all right, girls are inferior. Girls cannot do certain jobs, but only boys. So because of that, then you find that girls are felt like they are inferior. They are lower than boys, which is not supposed to be like that. It is just a gender bias. Gender roles are biased. They are good for one sex than the other. So because of that, it is called a gender inequality or a gender imbalance. So this attitude in turn affects girls academically, since they tend to be afraid of more challenging schoolwork such as mathematics, sciences, and leave them for boys without attempting them. So the gender imbalance, it results into girls failing academically. Why? Because there are some challenging work, just as I said earlier on. We need to lift this table here to that side. So boys come here, girls stay there. Only boys are going to carry this table. So in that way, girls feel like, we cannot do the heavy things or challenging things. Now, when it comes to science, which is somehow challenging, or mathematics is challenging, it needs someone to challenge yourself, challenge your brain. I can solve this, I can solve this. Then girls, they say, no, this is a challenging work. It's only for boys, because us girls, we need to do some things that are not challenging like that. So it results into girls failing the challenging works or challenging activities in school, especially the academic work. So it results into girls failing in school. Now, to this far, we have come to the end of this unit where we are looking at the gender roles in school. Gender roles in school. Remember, previously we looked at the gender roles in the family, but today we have been looking at the gender roles in school. But then, because the work goes on, and before you go to the next unit, here is the exercise that I have for you. So, number one, here we are saying mention two things on gender roles that teachers and learners are expected to observe. Mention two things on gender roles that teachers and learners are expected to observe. Number two, what is gender equity? What is gender equity? Number three, what is gender inequality? What is gender inequality? Number four, mention any three tasks that are given to girls only in some schools. Mention any three tasks that are given to girls only in some schools. What is the effect of gender bias on girls in school? What is the effect of gender bias on girls in school? So this is the work that you are supposed to do. Write them properly, answer them, because all these questions, they are related to what we have discussed today. So go back, go through the video and see, learn step by step and try to answer these questions before you go to the next unit. So in the next unit, we are going to look at unit 13, the unit 14, where we'll be looking at gender issues in the community. Gender issues in the community. So today, as we have looked at the gender issues in the school, next we are going to look at the gender issues in the community. So be there next time and follow these things as they unveil. So until next time, I thank you so much.